Welcome to our 2020 Summer School Orientation. My name is Ben Faubert and I'll be the summer school principal again this year. While summer school has always been run using our online courses each year, this year will be a little bit different because we don't have the opportunity to host students on campus for face-to-face intervention and encouragement. It will be important this year for students to maintain motivation and truly to take ownership of their learning this summer. This slide deck is also available on our summer school website, and this video will also be hosted online so that you can revisit it at any time. This year's summer school courses will open online for all students on May 29th and will conclude on June 2nd. Teachers will be virtually available 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, and that means that students have 33 calendar days to complete all of their work. The work assigned in the system is broken down into 21 school days. Summer school is for credit recovery for courses that have been failed or to repair D grades that prevent them from being four-year college eligible. Typically, students are able to complete 2 semester-long courses over this time frame. This is a calendar of summer school dates. Please be aware that students must complete their courses and all of the associated assignments, tests, quizzes, and finals by 1 p.m. on July the 2nd. As was stated before, all courses during summer school are provided through our online content provider, Edgenuity. All instruction, assignments, quizzes, tests, and exams will be hosted on this online system. In addition to the online content, we have credentialed teachers on staff that are ready to help students if they get stuck or don't understand any of the content. All students will be assigned to a homeroom teacher who will be responsible for making sure students are on pace with their courses. Teachers will be regularly contacting students. Students must spend at least 2 to 4 hours per day to complete all of the work assigned to them on that day. Online school is just as much work, if not more, than a face-to-face course. Teachers can tell when students have logged in, how much time they've spent online, how many activities they completed during that time frame, and whether students are active or idle while they're logged in. In addition, all students must use their school-issued Chromebook to complete their summer courses. Parents should be actively engaged in monitoring student progress. Students cannot be successful in these courses if they're not actively engaged in coursework. This means no listening to music, watching YouTube or Netflix, or any other activities while you're doing schoolwork. The purpose of summer school is to complete these courses, and the student needs to devote their attention to the online class fully when they're online. Students who consistently fall behind pace may be dropped from summer school. In addition, due to the 100% virtual nature of summer school, all unit tests and exams will be live proctored using our online monitoring software and video conferencing software. We need to emphasize again that students must use only their school-issued Chromebook for all work. In addition to their homeroom teacher, students may be communicating with other summer school teachers if they need subject-specific help. This is a list of our summer teachers and which teacher is able to support what subject area. Please feel free to reach out to these teachers via email. Homeroom teachers may also be helping students set up meetings with these teachers if they're struggling with content. We'll be heavily using email and Google Meets and Hangouts this summer in order to keep in contact with students. This is a breakdown of specific responsibilities of a homeroom teacher versus the subject-specific teacher. Notice that your homeroom teacher will be responsible for communicating with you, keeping track of your progress, maintaining communication, assigning interventions to students, proctoring tests, and putting grades into areas when you complete the course. Subject-specific teachers will be able to provide virtual tutoring or extra help sessions for students in the content area courses and evaluate any subject-specific assignments or assessments that students complete in their content area courses. As stated before, students and parents need to be consistently keeping track of progress in the online course on a daily basis. Again, students should be spending about 2 to 4 hours per day on their online class to get all of the work done. We have set up some summer courses this year so that students focus on one course at a time until they finish that course. Most students should be able to complete 2 5-credit courses by the end of summer school. If a student is assigned 2 courses, we will have set each course calendar up to indicate which day what needs to be completed on a daily basis for each course to be completed. For the most part, you have only 10 days to complete an entire semester's worth of work, which is why you need to spend 2 to 4 hours per day. Again, students should focus on one course at a time and complete it by halfway through the summer term, and then start on the second one. If you look in Edgenuity and click on the courses, it will tell you the dates that the work is due, so pay attention to which one is set up for you to complete first. Students should pay close attention to their progress on a daily basis, and parents should check up on them. Work is assigned only on school days during summer school, Monday through Thursday, so if a student falls behind, they do have Friday and through Sunday to catch up on pace. I'm going to show you a little bit specifically about what this looks like. When a student logs in to Edgenuity, it looks like this. You'll notice here there are the 2 summer schools courses that are assigned. If I click on the Global Studies course, it'll show me that I'm not supposed to start it until June 17th. So this is the second course that's assigned to me. If I go back to the home page and I click on the English course, it shows me that this is the course I'm supposed to start by May 28th. You may find that your courses are already active in Edgenuity and you may be able to start them early. But you'll notice on May 28th, which is Thursday, the first day of summer school, I have all of these assignments that are due on that one day, all the way up to this point. That means if I add up all of the estimated time that it's supposed to take me, it's supposed to take about 127 minutes, which is a little bit over 2 hours to complete all of the required assignments. Notice as well, though, that the next time any assignments are due aren't until June 1st. So that's Monday of the following week. Now, students can work ahead. If you feel like you want to work more than the 2 to 4 hours a day, you can absolutely work ahead, because the faster you work on this course, the faster you'll be done with it. We do not advise you to fall behind, but if you do fall behind during a week, you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to make up that work. You'll also notice that not only here is a place where you can see where your calendar is, but if you click on the course report button, it will download a report that you can look up, and it gives you the same thing, the date that it's due. And then once you've completed any of the assignments, you'll notice in this student's case, they completed the assignment here. It took them 1 attempt and it took them 3 minutes and 28 seconds. So this is another way you can download the entire course and calendar yourself out for all of those things. Another thing that I'd like to draw your attention to is that it is essential during this kind of learning that students pay attention to the instruction. And when they do, it's important that you take notes. If a student is not taking notes during class, then something is wrong. You can either take your own notes in a notebook, or there's actually a handy, in each of these purple sections, a guided notes guide. It's essentially a worksheet that you can fill out while you're listening to the instruction. These notes and any notes that you take on your own you can use during all of the assessments. So please take advantage of this. You can either print this out, or you can just use this and take the notes on your own inside a notebook if you don't have a printer. That's absolutely acceptable too. But please note that you must be taking notes while you are taking classes online, and you cannot be listening to music or watching movies at the same time. You need to pay all your full attention to this. Let's go back to the presentation. I'm going to skip over some of these slides because I've just shown them to you. This is a very important part of our summer school. Academic integrity is essential, and we're going to be very honest here. The answers to the questions on the tests and quizzes in Edgenuity are really easy to find on the internet. You can just Google them and you'll find them. It's almost impossible to prevent people from posting these answers for the online content because this content is so widely used, and we acknowledge that. But with that being said, we're expecting students to be academically honest. We have a number of ways that we monitor web traffic on school devices that you are required to use for your class. When you take a live proctored test, you will not be able to go off of the screens that you are on for testing, and you will have to have your camera on so that we can see what you're doing in the room where you're taking the test. So it will be very, very apparent that you've cheated on assignments by looking up the answers if you're not doing well on the tests. Tests and exams make up the majority of your grade in this class. When you need help with a subject, it is perfectly acceptable to use the internet to search for additional resources. So like searching for general help on a topic is okay, but searching for specific answers to questions by just copying and pasting or typing the question into a search bar is cheating, and you will be dropped from summer school if we find that you're cheating. You are going to be asked to sign an online pathway academic integrity pledge before starting summer school, and you will be asked to sign it again each time you take a test. Remember, you're required to use your Chromebook for all work, and we can track that you have or have not been using it through GoGuardian. It will be used to monitor your internet usage 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your device. Remember, this is your opportunity to learn the stuff that you didn't learn the first time through, and to prepare yourself for the next level of learning in the coming years of high school. This is our school's academic integrity pledge. I'm not going to read it right now, but you will have an opportunity to read and agree to this pledge before starting the class and before each test. And here it is. So, how do you know you're doing your work right? First of all, I'm going to say it again. You have to take notes. Summer school classes allow you to use your notes for tests, and if you don't have the notes, it will be difficult for you to pass the class. You cannot be listening to music or watching TV or doing other things while you're studying. Find a quiet place, get a notebook, or better yet, print out the guided notes. If you're not taking your own notes, you're not doing it right. Remember that the quizzes are a great check to see whether you're understanding the content. You should be scoring 60% or above on each of these quizzes to be demonstrating the basic level of mastery or better. If you're not getting 60% or better on quizzes, you won't be able to pass the test. Struggling students should ask their summer homeroom teacher or a subject-specific teacher for help or tutoring. You should be spending at least 2 to 4 hours per day on your work. Remember, the live proctored tests will be the largest part of your grade, and if you're not doing the work on your own and taking notes, you will not pass the class. You can skip over the test and keep going on the content, but you must be taking the tests on the regular due dates that you have in the system to stay on pace with your class. Your teachers will be contacting you as summer school starts to explain how live proctoring works. How much can you make up? Each class is 5 credits or 1 semester of credit recovery. So if you failed 1 semester of freshman English, that's 5 credits you need to make up. Typically, students can complete 10 credits during summer school. Some students may be able to work faster and recover more credits. This would require extra dedication. If you complete the courses you signed up for and would like to add classes, you can send an email to your homeroom teacher. Remember, the more you work each day, the faster you finish. Once you're finished with your classes, summer school can be over for you. Two more slides. Here's some important tips for you to be successful this summer. Start your summer school classes on the first day of summer school and complete all of your work each day. Set goals to stay on pace. And use the course map calendar. Get help when you need from teachers. Sign up regularly for proctoring appointments and take those tests on the deadlines. Finish all of your required work before the July 2nd deadline. Work for at least 4 hours per day. Take notes or use the guided notes for all classes, and check your email daily. It will be very important for you to stay up on your email, as teachers will be contacting you and your parents. Parents, keep track of student progress by checking Edgenuity through the parent account, or ask your student to open up Edgenuity and show you their progress. Provide a quiet environment for students to work several hours a day. If your student says they don't have work that day, make them log into their account and show you the calendar to verify that they've completed what they should complete that day. Communicate regularly with teachers if you're unsure of what the expectations are, and communicate with administration if you have any other concerns. Finally, here's some contact information that will be important for you. If you have any questions, our summer school secretary is Tiffany Compton. Our summer school counselor is Adriana Dooner. And I'm your summer school principal, Ben Faubert. We're always available to answer any of your questions. Thank you so much, and have a great evening.